humans don't deal well with change. It's our nature to stick with the status quo and resist the unknown. It's tied to our deep-seated biological drive to survive. If you're uncomfortable with discomfort, you turn away from uncertainty and change. The last few years have been a roller coaster ride of learning to deal with new paradigms. Let's continue to look on how we can be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Now, we must always be willing to challenge ourselves to grow and change. There's no standing still in this world. We are either growing or the world is passing us by as we stand still. Fear and anxiety, they're natural. Accepting that is part of being human. At the same time, we need to ask, are those feelings facts? Are they part of the story we're telling ourselves about what's going on, or are they true? 2 years ago, I wrote about the fact I thought this was the most uncertain and challenging time during my lifetime. 2 years ago, we were in the midst of a pandemic for which we didn't have a lot of information. There's no vaccine. Unemployment claims were at record highs. Business owners were just trying to figure out how to keep their doors open. But we had been there before as a society. We had dealt with the Spanish flu pandemic, and we are a lot better equipped in 2020 than in 1918 to deal with it all. We had record levels of unemployment during the Great Depression, yet we were much more prepared from an economic standpoint to deal with it in 2020. But now we're dealing with possibly an overcorrection to that situation that has left us with spiraling inflation. We've been here before as well, and we have more knowledge and more tools at our disposal. But given all that, how do we get comfortable with being uncomfortable? Well, we accept that we're human. We don't run away from the feelings of discomfort or anxiety. It's a natural human reaction. We ask ourselves, is it true? Is what you're telling yourself a fact, or is it the story you're telling yourself about the situation? And then we reframe that discomfort and see it as a source of growth. Get curious in the face of the unknown. We developed a vaccine for the virus that has significantly improved health outcomes for those who catch it. Employment rebounded, and those numbers continue to be strong. What seemed like end times just 2 years ago ended up okay. What seems like the worst possible scenario today is unlikely to come true this time as well. The greatest success stories often are told while being accomplished in the face of adversity. Now, Muhammad Ali once said about his training regimen, I hate every minute of it, but I said to myself, suffer now and live the rest of your life like a champion. Mozart needed at least 10 years before he produced something that became popular, and Edison failed 1,000 times while creating the light bulb. They all lived in the world with the uncomfortable. It would have been easy for any one of them to give into the fear and the anxiety and the doubt that all of them, no doubt, fought through. Everyone knows you can't get in shape without some sort of training. You run, you bike, you lift weights. The same is true for mental toughness and resilience. There's no better time than during times of hardship and uncertainty than to strengthen your mental muscles. Listen, nobody likes $6 a gallon at the gas pump. Nobody likes seeing the stories of there being any sort of shortage because we've gotten used to being comfortable. We hate the idea of being uncomfortable in our lives in any way, shape, or form. But we can see this as an opportunity as well as take comfort in the plan that you have put in place to help you see yourself through the good times and the bad. This is Christopher Klepp, and this has been your Bridge Towards Wealth.